Hey, hey.
Good evening. Good evening. Hello, fellow Tigers. As usual, we're coming in on Sunday night. Myself, Freddie, and Craig there on the other end. And as we do every weekend, I'm gonna start out by asking Craig. How was your week, Craig? Kels?
Good week. Good week. Came and went fast. How about yours?
I'm telling you, man. I can't say it came and went fast, only because, as most everybody knows, I'm an SRO at a school, and um, last week and this week will go very, very slow because that's leading up to the Christmas break, of course. But it
Yep.
was a good week, so hey, you know. But just glad to be here. Talking some Clemson sports with my good buddy Craig and anybody else that wants to chime in, y'all. Um, we got to throw a plug out there. Make sure that you subscribe to our page, our YouTube page. Send us a friend request on Facebook. We will accept it. As long as you don't throw anything out there that we don't, that would cause anybody to think that we shouldn't. So, and I'm talking about any general person, common knowledge person. So, um, Craig, it's been a week since the playoff committee selected who they selected, and we got selected to play in the what I'm calling the disappointment bowl, the Pinstripe,
Yep.
bowl against Penn State. Uh, how you feeling so far? What are your thoughts?
Well, kind of a little concerned about opt outs.
Yeah, I can understand that, and we do know that I want to say 5 players from Penn State have already opted out. Um, no one on our side thus far has made it official. Now, people are guessing and people are, throwing things out
Speculating.
there. That's right, speculating that some. I mean, I could understand it. The two that I've heard the most about were Avion Terrell, who actually left the game against South Carolina with an injury, and I think Antonio Williams has been battling with an injury also
Yep.
as of recent days. So, you know, I can understand it now. You know,
Yeah, some of those guys, absolutely. I mean,
yeah,
when they're already been injured, I mean,
that's
to me,
right.
that's not really opt outs. That's like, you know, hurt, can't go, get it. But
That's right.
what I mean is these dudes fully healthy, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Hopefully we won't. I don't think we'll have very many.
I
Uh,
and I'm hoping that too. And I only say that too because Dabo did make a point that and look, everybody knows that there's Dabo speak, and then there's stuff that you can put your money
right.
on. But Dabo did make the comment after the South Carolina game that he didn't expect a bunch of opt outs, and because of the
Good.
culture we've had, we haven't heard of. Now, I'm not going to say that there haven't been questions about some here or there that have missed, but um, you know, no one
Yep.
is. We haven't had a lot of them. Let's put it that way over the years.
That's right.
And
And
this day and age,
oh yeah, and I think it'll be a situation where you'll probably see a lot of substitutions, especially along the defensive line. If Peter Wood says I'm gonna play in the bowl game,
mhm.
he'll probably be subbed out a lot. Just
Oh
to kind
yeah.
of protect, but we need him at the same time. Hey,
Well,
he's part of the team still.
that's
This
right.
last game, even though it's a bowl game, it counts in the win loss column.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
It goes on his record, just like everybody
Yep,
else's.
that's
Um,
right.
and I'll be honest with you. At the same time, those subbing out and stuff. I mean, you'll get a chance to see some of what we're going to be looking for next year, or looking at next year.
Yeah.
Which, you know, it, I
One
I
of them,
understand.
I'm high on that Stefan Green.
I am too. I am too.
I like his size, his
Yep.
length. I like his motor.
Oh
I think
yeah.
he's going to be great. Um,
Yep.
and we haven't even seen Amari Adams yet,
I know.
really.
Yep. Yeah,
We'll be
there's a
fine
lot.
next year
Oh yeah, yeah, I think so
on that
too.
certain positions.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I feel like going into the off season, we're going to be looking closely for some DBs on defense, probably some defensive ends again. Um, or I say some. Looking at some defensive ends. I'm not saying that we're going out, trying to
Yeah,
fill the cupboard. You know.
that's right.
Um, Now, I did see an article, and I think I sent it to you, but it was rather late. That was put out by TCI, the Clemson Insider, about a ruling that's supposed to come down tomorrow, which could really, really affect some of our players as far as or some of let me change that. Some of the Tiger players as far as making some decisions because I don't know if you got a chance to read it or not, but
I
it was
I,
filed. Go ahead.
I didn't. I didn't
All
get
right.
to. I'm looking
It
looking at it now a little bit.
yeah. It was filed back in September by two Vanderbilt players, from what I understand. And if the ruling is if the injunction happens, that means that Kay Klubnik, um,
I see that
Adam
now.
Adam Randall, yeah, Blake
Could all
Miller, I
come
think it
back, and
was. They could all be back next year. Yes. Um,
so we'll see.
now, yeah,
Talking about a shakeup.
yeah, yeah. Well, and I'm like somebody else. I don't have anything against Cade Klubnik. I really don't. And I honestly would be surprised if this happens and he doesn't opt to come back. But the one I'm really hoping for it, hoping it happens for is Adam Randall. Could you
Yeah.
imagine Adam Randall having a second, 2 years under his belt as opposed to one?
Look here,
Um,
he'd be a you know probably top five running back
yeah.
on the draft board.
Hmm.
I mean, just because that Joker, he can run. He's good.
Oh,
He's got
oh yeah.
power. He's got a little bit of speed to him too.
Yeah. I mean, look, man, it's going to be interesting, I think, just to see if that happens.
Yep.
Now, who knows? We all know, or most of us feel like the NCAA is outdated anyway. So it wouldn't shock me if the ruling
Yeah.
comes down against them. Um, but
Yeah.
it,
There's no telling.
either
Well, I
way,
mean, it'll benefit like um, what's his name? The wide Tristan Smith,
I don't know. They did all right. They didn't
because
state
he's a
anything.
senior
Well, yeah,
and
but
he
I
was
think
actually wanting to get that extra year of eligibility because he wanted to play again next year.
yeah, but I'm thinking that this is for. If I understood this right, keep in mind he's asking for that extra year because he was at a JUCO college for one
Right.
of his years. All right, I'm thinking that this is like think about this. All right, Cade came in and he's played all 4 years at Clemson. You see what I'm saying? And what they're saying is that
Yep.
you have four years of eligibility in 5 years' time. So that gives for that extra like that red shirt year. All right. So my understanding is that would be a little bit, and I might be wrong. I mean, if somebody knows or knows something different, y'all throw it at me. But I'm thinking that this wouldn't apply to him. Um, I think his situation is a little bit different since he played at a JUCO college, and that's what he's looking for. I
But
do
they
know
counted
that
that. I think they counted that JUCO time as eligibility, though, didn't they?
it did, and that's what he's trying to claim is that I think somebody else recently was able to get an extra year granted because they played at one of their 4 years was at a JUCO college.
Right.
Um,
So in
I
other
mean, I
words,
might
he's
be
trying
wrong.
to get a knock on it.
That's right. He's saying that because one of his years was at a JUCO college, it should not count towards his eligibility at Clemson, and
Gotcha.
that makes it a little bit different. All right,
Yep.
makes it a little bit different. So,
Yep.
but I don't know. It's when it gets into that kind of stuff. uh, I do. You've heard me. I've told you. I do not agree with the NCAA, and I mean when you got a guy that his brother is being put up for adoption or into a foster home because their mama is a drug addict, and the NCAA is having to look at it and go, well, we don't know whether we should let your brother move in with you or not. I mean, come on here.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just, that's pathetic. It really
Yep.
is.
Yep.
But you know,
Well,
I truly don't believe that we got to worry about that very much longer. I think the NCAA is coming to an end anyway, but that's my
yeah.
opinion. So,
Yep.
but
I think so too. Well,
but
I'm
now,
just looking. I'm hoping that we can bring home that 8th win.
yep,
Was it on the 27th? Is that right?
it is the 27th. It sure is. 2 days
That's
after, 2 days
yep.
after Santa. You know, I mean, so
And
um,
it's a name bowl. That's what it
it,
is.
it is. It
You
really
got two
is.
big names and two schools that underachieved this year.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and it's strange because if you think about it, the last time that we played them, the only other time we played them was I think the Citrus Bowl, back in '88, if I
That's
remember
when Joe
correctly.
Paterno was still
Yep,
coaching. That's right.
that's right.
And
It
we
was
beat them. And
Joe
we beat
Paterno.
them.
That's right. Yep, Joe Paterno against Danny Ford, in that bowl game,
Yep.
and think about how much stuff has changed. Then Joe Pa has passed away. Joe Pa retired. And some say disgracefully, from Penn State. Danny Ford got fired, and we all know how that went down. Um,
Yep.
you know, and and here we are at that time, even though teams weren't. I don't know how to say it. You didn't have the playoffs, okay, at that time. Now, with the playoffs being in place and everything like that, now these bowls don't really count for anything. We just talked about it earlier. What about opt outs? You didn't know anything about opt outs back then, you know?
You played.
That's right. Everybody, I mean, you only missed out if you were injured. So,
That's right.
you know,
And I'm
um,
about to get started on another one of my rants because I hate those opt outs. I just hate them. I
I
mean,
do too.
if you're part of a team, you're part of a team till the end. You know,
Yep,
I mean, I hate
exactly.
to say it like this, but you're a quitter. You
That's the way it feels.
you're quitting on
That
your team. You know.
yeah, that's the way that it feels like that. I mean, I
Yeah,
don't
and
know.
that's lost
It's
these days. But I'm gonna tell you what, that daggum quarterback from Indiana, he gets it. I don't know if you've heard any of
oh
his interviews.
yes, I did,
I mean,
I did.
he's all about team.
Yep,
You know,
yep.
all about team.
Hey, he named everybody on it, including the defense. Man, that
Yeah,
was
I
that
mean,
was rather
that's an
interesting, man.
incredible young man.
Yes, I agree. Um, and I'll be honest with you, I don't have a dog in the fight really, as far as the playoffs go, but I do. I kind of I hope Indiana wins.
Me too.
Just
That's my
because,
underdog team. I mean, even
yeah.
though they're number one, they beat Ohio State
Hmm.
for their conference championship. But I'm I'm pulling for Indiana. That's going to be my
Well,
team.
I think it was Chad that pointed out before Signetti came there. I think
Yeah.
that's his name. They'd only won 3 bowl games in their career,
Oh yeah.
in their history. Man, look here, that you want to talk about
That's
a
a
turnaround?
basketball school. That's a true basketball school.
There you go. Yeah, yeah, I totally agree, man. That um, so, and I'll be honest with you, they remind me a lot of Clemson. If you think about it, nobody's giving him a shot. Nobody in America right now thinks that Indiana can beat anybody, even though they beat Ohio State. And honestly, I still feel like they pretty much dominated that game. You know,
Oh yeah. They
um,
did.
I mean,
They did. I'm gonna tell
so
you, they're gonna make a deep run. They
I
should.
do. I think so too. Yeah,
I don't see
yeah,
how they couldn't.
yeah. I mean, I mean, they
What you
go
think about
from. Go ahead.
what you think about Pavia?
The exact opposite of Mendoza.
Exactly.
Like I
Look here,
told you
dude is
earlier,
hockey.
he reminds me of like a modern day Johnny Football. Johnny Manziel. Honestly, if it wouldn't shock me if somebody came out or in the near future and said he's been getting advice from Johnny Manziel, I could see that. I really could.
Man,
Somebody else said, and I my response to them, I still am happy with both the comment and my response. The comment was probably what Deshaun Watson and Trevor Lawrence were thinking, just didn't say it when they lost. And
yeah,
I come back and I told him, I said, "Yep, that's the difference in class and classless."
that's exactly right.
And look, I mean, I get being confident. I get that. I understand that.
There's a
Especially
difference though, between confidence and cockiness.
exactly, exactly. Yeah. Be the bigger man. I mean, congratulations.
Humble yourself.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you know, but it's
Ridiculous. But
it.
we should have had. Look here, I still feel like Deshaun or Trevor both should have won the Heisman.
Oh, I definitely believe that. Look, when
Trevor
Paul
Lawrence.
Feinbaum, all right, Paul Feinbaum, who we all know is an Alabama, lover,
Yeah.
man. I mean, when he comes back and says after we beat Alabama that he probably voted wrong in the Heisman votes, yeah, that tells you everything you need to know right there.
Yep.
I
That's
mean,
right.
you know, um,
Gave them the
uh,
worst behind cutting they've had in a long
yep,
time.
yep,
Was it?
and I'm gonna tell you, man, I'm just at a point that at one time I always I was like, man, I want a Tiger to win it, man. Let's get that first Heisman Trophy, winner. And I'm at a point now
Yep.
where, and I've told my Gamecock friends this, George Rogers won it when the thing meant something. Okay, just
Yep.
being straight up honest. It wasn't about how many Nissans can you sell and how flashy
Yep.
are you. It truly meant something. Um,
That's right.
and at this point, it's just a beauty contest, and you know, I hope no Clemson player ever wins it. That's just me. It's my
Yeah.
opinion.
Well,
Um,
you started seeing
so
that back about probably 10 years ago is when that started. Or
yep,
further.
you're right.
Not by merit.
And and
You play
when
for Alabama or
yeah,
you got a better shot.
that's right. That's right. You know, kind of like we've seen with the you know, I hate to say this, but with the the playoffs this year. You know, if it had been anybody else besides it being Alabama, they wouldn't have gotten him.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean,
Oh yeah.
so,
Um,
but
that was name. Yep.
yeah, yep,
That they got on by merit of name.
that's
But
right. Yep, and but I don't know.
we
It's
got we've got our bowl game, and I think we look here. We'll beat them.
I think so too. I really truly believe that we win. Finish out the season strong, and you know, let's see where the ball falls.
That's right.
What I think is going to be even more interesting is what's going to happen with the coaching carousel and all that. We're seeing a lot of things. Kind of like some other people told me, it's very fluid. It's going to be interesting to see. When all the dust settles. What the coaching staff looks like.
Yeah,
So,
that's right. Well,
as
like I said in our very first podcast,
mhm,
Coach Sweeney always has a plan, a backup plan. He's got a plan for everything.
yep,
He
yep.
does. I mean, he's
Oh
not
yeah,
going
I
to be
agree.
left holding the ball and you're
Mm-mm.
wondering what's going to happen. He's got a plan. I mean, it's there.
Oh yeah, yeah. We might not understand it sometimes, but that's the truth. I'm in with you on there. He's always looking a couple of steps ahead, And that's the one thing that most people that don't. I think he's been underestimated with that song in the past,
Yep.
and so
Yep.
yeah, it's going to be
He has
interesting
been.
to see. Um,
And I'm sitting here and just to kind of back that up a little bit, I'm sitting here looking at his record
mhm.
at Clemson. Man, look here. It's unbelievable.
Yeah,
I mean, it really is. Now, and I got to do this. This season's not his worst season.
that's right.
Um, you know, his first coaching season. You got to do this with me, Freddie.
Yep,
You know what his record was the first coaching season?
it was a losing record, was it not?
Yep.
Thought so.
Ready? What was
Yep.
big with the kids now?
Oh, 6-7, 6-7. Yep,
Got to do it. Come on.
yep.
6-7. 6-7.
Yep. Yep.
So, and that was in 2010.
Mm-hmm.
Since then, we had a 9-4 season. Has been the next worst record, and then this one. So, and after that 6-7 season, 10-4. After that, 11-2, 11-2, 10-3, 14-1, 14-1, 12-2, 15-0, 14-1, 10-2, 10-3, 11-3. Then you got 9-4, 10-4, 7-5. And you notice things started changing with the NIL and portal.
That's right. That's right.
But
My cousin.
That's my point. He will adjust to what's going on and be
right.
successful, more successful than what he is now.
Well, and my cousin, he stated before that if the NIL and the transfer portal had not come into play, you would still have Clemson's Dabo Swinney battling Alabama's Nick Saban for national championships.
Yeah, Saban would still be
that.
there.
Yep, I believe that. But and rightfully so. With that being said, just like you said a minute ago, Nick Saban was at a point where he didn't have to evolve, but you said it best. Dabo will.
Yeah,
Not
he
that
will.
Dabo's got to, but I just don't believe that Dabo's ready to quit yet. Okay.
Oh no.
So yeah.
He's got a lot more. He's got a lot more, I think.
Yep.
He's what, 56, 57?
That's right. That's right.
Hey, I hope he retires at Clemson.
Oh, I do too. And I will say this, Graham Neff, and I still believe that some of the stuff that was built up during the season about Graham Neff, and stuff like that, about some of the comments and stuff that the administration and Dabo weren't seeing eye to eye. I'm not gonna say that they were seeing eye to eye. I believe some of that was pushed a little bit more with the narrative than it needed to be. Yeah, and like I said, I'm not saying that I do believe that there's been some disagreement on how his staff is running stuff, but at the same time, I don't see Graham Neff being dumb enough to go down the Bobby Robinson avenue and get rid of the one coach that has brought you prominence, if that makes sense.
That's right.
If Dabo leaves, it will be on Dabo's decision to do it, in my opinion. So
I agree.
But
I agree.
it
it is going to be interesting, like you said, to see how things pan out with what coaches are going to be there on staff. Before and after the bowl game. I mean, we're what? Right. What's today's date? 13th, 14th?
The 13th.
So 2 weeks away, basically.
Yeah.
And, I don't know. What you think? Think they'll be this close? Think there'll be any changes now?
I don't know.
Before the game, would it?
The reason that I'm feeling as if no right now or no now is because if you think about it, Grass is going to, and I think I said that name correctly. Grass is going to Samford And he also has already stated that he's not leaving until after the bowl game. All right. So if he's doing that, and I know he's not I mean, you know what I'm saying? He's not an offensive coordinator or defense coordinator or anything like that.
Right.
It just feels like if you're going to allow him to stay, that, you know, the rest of your staff's going to stay for the bowl game as well.
Yep.
You know, I still feel strongly that we see a difference at OC when after the season is over. I'm kind of interested now to see whether or not what defensive changes are made.
Yep.
We did see where um, Coach Allen has stated that his son is staying on staff, which I don't think anybody expected any different.
Right. But he
But
went. I didn't realize this. He went over to help coach the safeties
yeah,
towards the end of the season, and
actually,
which, and I'll tell you, that left, I guess, Bullware's main linebackers coach then, right?
hmm
I'm gonna tell you now. I know in the past there's been people talking about, nepotism and that he's hiring all these former players with no experience, but it can't get much better than Ben Boulware getting those boys fired up. And the way
yeah,
that he played. He didn't have the size of your typical linebacker. He just played smart.
exactly.
And if he could transfer that over to these guys as a coach,
Yep.
he's probably up under Allen's thumb.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I think Coach Allen's giving the directives, but at the same time, he's got a good one in yeah, can't talk to that now.
Yep.
Ben Bullware to, because like you said, the one thing that we heard during Ben Bullware's time at Clemson, okay, was we couldn't win a championship with him. He was too slow. He couldn't cover. Guess what? We won a national championship with him. Okay, at linebacker, at
He
starting
made some
linebacker.
unbelievable plays.
Exactly. I will never to this. I mean, I'll never forget being in Clemson, flood and rain, and seeing him help make that tackle um, against Notre Dame to
Yep.
seal the deal.
Yep. And I
And
tell you what impressed me about him was I think it was Watkins is the one who made the initial hit to make that stop.
uh
And Bullware got all the credit for it, but I remember seeing an interview with him saying, "Hey, I can't take." Said Carlos got to him before I did. I just happened to be right there too.
Well, he got all of it because of his
Flip,
flying out of there. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
and tripping and flipping and getting a penalty.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But and that's the whole thing, and that's what it's felt like this year. And I think you and I talked about it early in the year. It didn't feel like that. It felt like there was no heart on this team. Now over the last half of the season, it feels like somebody hit
That's right.
put the paddles on our chest, and all of a sudden we had heartbeat. You
That's
know,
right. We
um,
were discombobulated the first part
yeah,
of the season.
yeah. I mean, it was bad.
Discombobulated.
Yeah.
Yep.
Look, and most people don't realize that Craig and I are in a group where we watch these games. We don't watch them all at the same time, and it's funny because, especially now with Craig and I, we're in a texting group with his brother Michael, and Michael will be ahead of me sometimes. I'll be ahead of Michael sometimes, and we're giving play by play kind of in these text groups and these message groups, and we sit here. Early on in the year, all of us were sitting here going, we have no answer. We have no
Yep.
clue what's going on here. We know we've got talent. We know that the coaches want to win, but
That's
it, y'all, it's.
the crazy. I mean, look here. This is the craziest year I've ever seen
I
with
agree.
football.
I
I
totally
mean,
agree.
honestly.
Um,
And I mean, it was rat poison. I guess got him.
yep.
Got me. That little rat poison.
hmm I'm telling you, man. It's funny in these off season, or when you. I guess it would be funny, Craig, if we could show some of our talks,
Yeah,
during games and off camera, off of
yeah,
this camera, because people would be really. I think we'd get more likes on that kind of stuff, man.
that's right. Why are we running the ball up the middle on 3rd and 18?
Another bubble screen,
Yep.
yeah.
Or one of the
So
things that I just can't stand, and I know it happens some, but it seems like it happens to Clemson every freaking week, where it's 3rd and 8 or whatever, 3rd and 9, and we throw the ball 1 yard short or 5 yards short of the first
mhm.
down marker.
Yep.
That happens every game at least twice.
Well, and I'll be honest with you. For me, the thing that bothers me with that is a lot of times I believe that's on the player on the receivers
Receiver,
running
yeah,
routes.
got
The
to know
ones
where
that
that.
bother me is it being 3rd and 15 and we run a bubble screen or we run a draw at the middle. Those are the ones that really.
Yep,
I mean, that's just
yep,
because, in my opinion, especially if you're down. Now, if you're up by 2 touchdowns, I can understand a little bit being, conservative. I get that. You don't want
running
to put
clock.
the ball
Yep,
in harm's way. But if you're down by a touchdown and it's 3rd and 15, that is another play that I just feel like if you're doing those two things,
lost.
you've conceded that you conceded at that point on that drive. And I don't like that.
I
So
don't either. And
you got to
and
give
and
your players a chance.
I think that's Riley. I mean, I don't
I,
think that. I
I
think
do
Davis
too.
lets him kind of roll.
Yep. Well, everybody I've talked to that would know, okay, has told me point blank that this offensive playbook or the offensive coordinator was given the playbook. I mean, he everything was handed to him and said, "Look, go with it." And it makes sense because those that have watched Dabo know know Dabo's philosophy. Dabo is a run first um, coach. He wants to run the ball 99%, or well, I don't want to say that, 95% of the time and pass the other 5%. He is not, what I'm saying? He wants to
Yeah,
establish the run and pass off of that, not
yeah,
establish the pass and run off of it. And
yeah.
so, um, that's one of the things that has been pointed out to me several times this year is that, and everybody thought, in the beginning of the season, oh, look at the play sheet and Dabo's back. That's not even actually, that has no plays on it. People don't realize.
Yeah, I
So,
think part of that reason to. I mean, you want to run first to get them to stack the box a little bit more, but also I think to the battle's won in the trenches.
yep, I
You
totally
know,
agree.
go ahead and punch them in the mouth. Just get this physical game rolling.
That's right.
But
That's
our
right.
offensive line, they've done better down the stretch, but in the beginning they got pushed around.
Oh man, they got dominated in the beginning of the season. Um, which and at the same time, it does give you a little bit of excitement going forward.
Yeah,
Because I do feel like, and keep in mind that by the end of the year, when they were doing so good, we had a bunch more injuries on the line.
we did. I mean, we had
So
changed. I mean, put people in different positions.
I'm not going to give a name, but one of our buddies, and I'm sure you saw the message stated after the Furman game when we lost another lineman. He said, "Oh well, Coots will beat us this year. There's no way we can do anything against them with the offensive line that we have now." And I'm like, "You don't know that. I mean, it's not ready to. I'm not ready to give that one up yet, but."
Yeah, exactly.
Um, they ended up doing better than we expected. So um,
Got one more game to do it too.
that's exactly right, man. And they've had a chance to get everything together and get everybody ready. I'm looking forward to seeing what we look like, you know, in the bowl game. I mean,
Me
hey,
too.
at
I
this
hope I
point,
hope
what do
we
you have
play.
to lose?
I hope we play Vizina a little bit more.
I do too. I do too.
I mean, Denson, I believe, is going to be out still because he's
That's what it
hurt.
sounds like. Yeah, it's the way it sounds.
And we had the early signing period. Um,
Yep.
Had some good gets.
Mm-hmm.
Good gets. I think we're top 20. That's strong.
That's right. Yep.
But
We got some really good receivers, man. I'm
oh
hearing
man,
great things. So
and we got the sellers. We got our own sellers now.
that's right. That's right. And I didn't see I did not get to read the article. I saw an article yesterday where one of our signees won MVP of their All-Star game.
Oh,
But
I
I didn't get to see who it was. So
haven't seen that yet either.
yeah. Like I said, I didn't get to click on the article. I had a bunch of stuff going on and I just wasn't even thinking about it at the time. But
Yeah.
hey, it's gonna be interesting. And for those that haven't been keeping up, we did lose to BYU in a heartbreaker in basketball. You
Hey,
know,
that ain't no heartbreaker there now. That one right there, man. We were up by like what 22.
yeah, but when I say about a heartbreaker, I'm talking about. I mean, the final seconds is what I'm talking about. Now
Yeah. Well,
it was heart wrenching watching a team kind of fall apart there for a while. But yeah, um, when I say that, I was talking about you. You're tied with 1 point, was it 1.4 seconds, and you give up a pass, or you give up a play like that to that whole second half was bad, um,
yeah.
for the most part. So,
Yep.
but
The guy, the Clemson signee that was MVP of the All Star game,
uh huh.
was that the guy that we flipped from East Carolina,
Okay, okay,
Michael Foster, defensive
cool
end.
deal.
He was
Good deal.
a defensive MVP for the winning North team.
Wow. Okay. Huh. All right, that's good.
Also,
Look,
lots of fun.
I know that he was. I think he's a 3-star,
Yeah.
but everybody I've talked to says that star didn't matter with him. That this guy is the real deal.
Yep.
So
We need
we'll
him.
see. Yeah, we do.
We're going to be
Yeah,
thin at defensive end next year,
that's
especially
right.
if Help
Yep.
decides to leave. We're going to be really thin.
Yeah. I'm still hearing good things on that side. That, there's a good possibility that he returns. We'll see. Nothing official yet, of course.
Yeah.
Um, you know, as far as basketball, though, we did finally come back and win over Mercer yesterday. Um,
Come from behind victory.
yes, and I still believe that had a lot to do with like a hangover from the BYU game.
Yeah.
Um, but
Yeah, you got
it
to
is a
start
team
strong
that's
and finish strong.
that's right. I mean, this is a team that plays really well together at times, but then there are other times that you can tell that they haven't been playing together there, for 4 years.
Yep. That's right.
The thing about basketball.
That's
So,
right. But
um,
how about that freshman?
yeah, Foster.
Yeah, Foster. What?
Yeah,
Oh,
that.
he's a true freshman, right?
Yeah, yeah. I'm thinking he is. That.
Lord, that joker can ball out.
Yeah.
We
Well, and that's the interesting thing about this team too. It hasn't been, in the years past, we've had to depend on Chase Hunter a lot. Okay, and this team went as far as Chase Hunter would go, or could take
yeah,
them, or PJ, could take them. This team, every night that they play, seems like there's a different star.
yeah,
Porter a few weeks ago. You know, Foster doing what he did yesterday. I mean, it just, it's interesting to watch these guys play, and that's the thing that I'm liking. I know this is hate week for basketball, men's basketball. The Tigers have the Gamecocks Tuesday night.
Tuesday night. Okay.
Yep, at home. It's a 7 o'clock game, and I just recently found out yesterday actually, that for my birthday last week, my cousin and myself and my nephew will be at that game. So I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome.
So
Hey,
yeah,
that'd be a treat there, man.
yeah. Well, we went last year, and the unique story behind this thing is we went to Columbia last year, went to the game, got back real late, got a phone call the next morning from my nephew, another nephew on my cousin Wayne's side, and telling me that Wayne was at the hospital and had a heart attack. So,
Yeah.
rushed up there, and thank goodness he's doing a little bit better and is able to go. So, we're hoping for some different results all the way around this year.
Absolutely. We got to
Um,
get that win. Got to get
oh
that
yeah,
win.
yeah, we need that win. So need that
Yep.
done.
And but your birthday was
It
Monday.
was it was the 8th. It was the
8th.
8th.
That's right.
Yeah.
That was Monday, I think. What?
Yep. Yep. It
Yep.
was.
Yep.
It was. So I look here. I was afraid that you had already seen it and we're gonna bring it up last weekend. I was like,
I
man, look.
didn't. And I'm awful on Facebook. I don't get on Facebook a whole lot anymore.
Yeah.
Um, I'm awful. It was awful.
Well, I was glad. I'm not one for. I don't. To me, it's just another day. I mean,
I'm the same way.
I
Same
mean,
way.
so, but now I will say that my wife and my nephew Isaac and a few others got me good. I was able to get out of the first party they wanted to have on Monday night because I had to work a basketball game. So they ended up setting it up for Thursday night, and I went with them to the Mexican restaurant here in Tuberville, and I am still cleaning, trying to get Cool Whip out of my nose because I don't know if you, they put the hat on you, all right.
Right.
They sing "Happy Birthday" to you in Mexican and all that kind of stuff, and then they come up from underneath you before you realize it with Cool Whip, and it went right up in my nose. I don't know. You couldn't have got a more direct hit or a more perfect hit than he got on me Thursday night. So,
I love
he said, I thought you were crying. I said, no, my eyes were watering.
it.
So, all right, y'all,
Yeah,
we
man.
have gone well over again tonight. I
Hey,
figured
we're
tonight
good
would
at
be a
that.
short night.
Yep. Hey, and I want to give a shout out
Uh-huh.
real quick to my brother Matt.
Yes.
Matt watches our podcast. Matt's laid up in the hospital still
Yep.
after his car accident. Hey, so shout out to Matt, and this is a little private joke. I'll tell you about it, Freddie. But Matt and his pet anteater.
Okay.
Anteater
Well,
anteater.
look, Matt is a walking miracle.
Yeah.
And if y'all believe in prayer, I will throw out there, y'all please continue to keep him in your prayers as he recovers from what all he's been in
Yep.
that
All those
accident.
broken bones. Oh,
Yeah, man.
and one more thing, because my
Uh-huh.
wife watched this too. You asked me how my week was. I forgot to include my wife and I celebrated our wedding anniversary on the 11th.
Sure did.
And
Yeah.
yep. So we still celebrate. I had to
He,
play some music Thursday night. One of our girls had a basketball game Thursday night also, so we got to celebrate. Go out to dinner last night and
that's awesome, man.
Friday night, excuse me, and had to go back to work Saturday, but we celebrating another anniversary. So hey, by saying all that, you had a birthday. We've got a lot to be thankful and grateful for
We
in this
do, man.
holiday season, and
We sure do.
not just the birth of Christ is the most important thing.
That's right. Amen. Amen.
Celebrating that.
Well, y'all remember, friend us on Facebook. These are the only jobs y'all got for the next week. Okay. Friend us on Facebook. Go to our YouTube page and subscribe. Subscribe to the YouTube page. Then like the video if you like it. If you don't like it, let us know why. Let us know what
Yeah.
you'd rather hear. We're open to options. Now as long as it's Clemson sports related, athletics related, we'll talk about it. Oh, and by the way, before I forget about it, the girls had a huge win today against Pittsburgh. The Lady Tigers did.
Yeah.
So
Poppy's
Poppy has
getting
those
done.
girls going, man.
Yeah.
If we can keep
Got
him,
number
he's
one. What is it? Number one point guard in the nation coming in next year.
that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
You know, so but
Good
anyway,
stuff.
yeah, like, subscribe, like, Facebook friendship, all of it works. Okay. And until the next time, remember, go Tigers.
Go Tigers. Peace.
Peace.